to the poorhouse, where the smoke is smooth, the pores run deep, and the conversation never stops. From the big plays on the field to the bold flavors of cigars and spirits. This is your place. Pull up a chair. It's time to pour one out. Pour one out for the stories untold. Let the rhythm warm your soul. Here at the Poorhouse, we keep it real. Every word, every sip, feel the blues reveal. Step in the scene. Gom's laid back, tone is legit. Bassline thumping while we all take a sip. Stories unfold on these well-worn stools. Truth in the air, yeah, we break all the rules. Cigar smoke dancing with the scratch of the deck. Microphone check, real talk, what the heck? 1 foot in the past, 1 foot on the beat. We pour out respect, feel the heat in the street.
Welcome to the Poorhouse Podcast on this Wednesday, April 22nd.
What's up?
Let's meet your host today. Gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself tonight?
Oh, it is Jay Real in the building. Pleasure to be here. You already know who it is. Big Game Johnny in the building. Let's go.
Let's go. And the White Mamba in the house. Getting ready to show everybody why he's top dog. Let's go. We're going to talk all things NFL mock draft special for the Poorhouse because it is the night before the NFL mock draft. And the rumors are swirling. The trades are possibly happening. Is showing up to the pressers. They're saying Jerry Jones.
The millionaires tomorrow night. Young players will change their lives tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to
work for their whole life, man.
Man, absolutely. Yeah. It's going to be a wild night tomorrow. It sounds like we're going to have a lot of movement, maybe some craziness, maybe some madness. Gentlemen, what do you think? Do you believe the hype, the smoke, or is there fire? And there's going to be a lot of trades going on tomorrow night.
I think the first round, usually there's some type of surprise in every first round. Now, I don't know how drastic it'll be, but somebody going to make a move that we didn't think they would do.
Absolutely.
That's what I think.
I think that the first maybe 3 or 4 picks will probably go as we think, but I think right after that, in the top 10, you're gonna have some switching up from 5 to 10. It's gonna be some switching around. But okay. Of course, Mendoza. I mean, I just feel like he'll sure win, go number 1, and obviously you know where he gonna go. He ain't got no choice.
So you think it's the Jets stick and pick? Then so by your account, you think Jets stick and pick? You think Arizona sticks and picks?
I think the top. I'm saying the top 4 picks maybe.
Okay.
I think those are going to be pretty solid. But I think after them top 4, the surprises are going to start with maybe the 5th pick.
The 5th pick. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's talk about the big trade that came that, we heard the rumblings, obviously, of, with the trade for Dexter Lawrence not being happy in the Giants. And then he gets traded to Cincinnati Bengals for the number 10 pick in this year's draft.
Yeah, I thought that was a high price to pay for him.
Yeah.
But it's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, but they need defense terribly. I mean, they that's what been their Achilles heel. They suck.
But Dexter Lawrence has been beneficiary of having a stacked defensive line with the Giants. So I don't know. We'll see.
He gonna bring something to them over there, though. He ain't just gonna be there and not make nothing happen. He gonna bring them something.
But I ain't gonna say they lost. They lost the one guy that went to Baltimore now.
The defensive end.
So I don't know who else is on that line.
Yeah. They got some young cats. I mean, their defensive tackle room was in shambles. I mean, when you look at their defensive tackle depth chart, I mean, you could really see why they made the move. Yeah, I'm with you, Reggie. I thought it was definitely high. It was a high price to pay, but I think what it really tells you too about this draft upcoming in tomorrow really is that defensive tackle is definitely not a position of strength in this draft.
Yeah.
A lot of questions. In fact, Peter Woods. They got some big guys that maybe some pluggers. But nobody that was probably would be considered like game changing, defensive tackle that maybe Dexter Lawrence, is closer to than what you're going to get with a guy like, in that top 10, especially.
The splash move. I just thought so you might could have got a special player right there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And that's part of this draft. And that's why I'm with you guys. Really, to be honest with you, starting at 2, I really don't know. 2, it sounds like they're going to stick and pick, but 2 or 3, anything could, I could be talked into anything right now with this draft, because I feel like the players that are really good in this draft are guys at positions that normally don't get drafted high. So like linebacker, safety, typically those are the positions where people say, I'm not going to pay a premium for an off-ball linebacker. I'm not going to pay a premium for, a safety, typically.
Yeah,
right?
You got a lot of, when you look at the history of some of the star football players, like some linebackers, they all went like late rounds.
Oh, absolutely.
Became superstars.
Yeah, absolutely. What Fred Warner, Fred Warner was, I want to say. Was he a second? Was he a second or
second or third?
Right. So Fred, you look at the guys like that, and don't get me wrong, that doesn't mean you can't draft. If you knew who Fred Warner was, going to be, you probably could draft him top 10. Definitely. It's just when you think about how expensive.
He went on a certain round.
Yeah.
70th.
Right. And he makes what, $23 million? So that just tells you that Fred Warner, the best linebacker in the NFL, makes $23 million. So the other thing is people are like, well, would I pay him or would I pay a guy that's defensive end who we just saw got paid, Will Anderson?
Yeah.
Right.
$50 million a year. So
he definitely got a bag.
He got a bag, right?
They brought the truck up for him.
Yeah. So we got
anybody that's going to disrupt the quarterback going to get that money if they can do that on a consistent basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely going to be interesting to see. I'm curious to see where your mock drafts are and kind of talk a little bit more, and then we can kind of wrap it all up.
What do you think is going to start switching up at? You said after 2.
I think it could happen at the 3rd spot. I think there's a lot of smoke for Arizona to move out of that pick. It sounds like most of the teams outside of the Giants want to get out of the picks.
Yeah.
But the thing is are they going to get the value from a team to come up and get that, to give up to get that pick? Are they going to get a value? Normally you'd be like, well, I'm jumping into the top 5. I might give up next year's 1, maybe this year's 2, et cetera. But this year, I feel like teams in the front who want out are going to want picks, but maybe they're willing to take a little less. So it might be a little bit of a buyer's market in front. So I feel like maybe if teams are willing to accept a little less, you might see some teams jump up there. Kansas City's rumored to kind of want to move up. I heard to Arizona.
What Kansas City looking for?
Need a wide receiver
or pass rusher. The other thing is, the big ones, because you got, if depending on what people think about Arvell Reese.
Yeah.
They're thinking, hey, if it's true and David Bailey, goes to the 2nd pick, that Arvell Reese might be that 3rd pick. Maybe Kansas City wants to jump up and go get that, generational athlete, pass rusher potential.
Wherever he go, he gonna shut it down because he gonna be effective immediately. It ain't like sometimes you get players and it take a while for them to have an impact on the game.
Yeah,
he gonna have an impact immediately.
Yeah,
but I think the Giants would have 2 top 10 picks. They might trade.
The Giants, they could, I could see them maybe even trading up, potentially.
Or they got the 10 pick.
Right. So they leverage some of that to go up maybe and say, hey, well, we got another 10, another pick to go back up.
Right.
And of course, nobody knows if they want to go double defense, if they want to do an offensive player and a defensive player. And I think that's what we'll kind of see a little bit in our mock drafts, but we'll also talk a little bit about maybe what are some of the other gurus, some of the guys that are big dogs in the mock draft realm and stuff like that.
Who's the Mel Kiper?
Who's the Mel Kiper? Yeah. So, and then we also got to say, kind of, we'd love to compete with you guys. So when we reveal our mock drafts, we talk, we're going to do the top 15 is what we're going to reveal. But then we're also going to tag and put down in the comments our mock draft so you can compete with us. But we'd love for you to go ahead and go to that mock draft simulator. I'll leave the link again in the comments here. But make sure you use that and then tag or share that mock draft down below. If your mock draft wins, and we're going to do the top 10. If there's a tie at the top 10, then we'll go to the next 5 and so forth. If you get the player right, you're going to get 2 points. If you get the position right, you're going to get 1 point. So if you think a wide receiver and you pick the wrong wide receiver and they go with somebody else, hey, you're still going to get a point. Right. But if they go offensive tackle, obviously no points. But if you do pick the correct player and a position, then obviously you get the full 2 points. So you could get 20 points if you get them all right. That winner will get a stick of their choice up to $20. So
let's go.
It's going to be a nice one. So
let's go.
Well, speaking of sticks,
yeah, go ahead,
gentlemen. What are we smoking on tonight? What do you think of that one?
I'm a big fan of all the CAOs, especially the Brazil.
Yes.
Yeah. Notes of pepper. It's real easy on the draw, medium to full body.
Okay.
I like it. I have quite a few. I like this stick right.
Okay, nice. James, what will you be smoking on at some point?
Let's see. I'm gonna keep it in the same family with Reg, man. That's CAO. This the Brasilia, I guess you call it. Full body cigar. 91 points. So it's high there on the chart. And I had it before, man. Notes of coffee, cocoa, earthy spices, leather. But this one right here, it's a full body. I had it plenty of times, man. It's an easy drink, and it's a hell of a cigar for the price, man.
Okay, nice. Okay, well, let's see. I am smoking the 20th anniversary edition of the Rocky Patel. Definitely full body. Definitely got a lot of heavy smoke. Like you could just, when I say this is a full body, this is definitely the definition of a full body. So if you like a full body stick, this is definitely there. It doesn't have a lot of the pepper, but it does have a heavy tobacco, heavy leather, not a lot of the sweeter notes. Just definitely a stiffer smoke, as they say. But I actually enjoy it. I mean, I do like, especially paired with the right whiskey. Which, gentlemen, what are we drinking on tonight? And I believe this is a bottle sponsored by Golston Auto Shop.
Yes, we are drinking the Green River Weeded Bourbon. Not sure of the proof.
It's 109, 109.3.
109.3. Okay.
I've had this before. It's a good drink.
You think it drink at 109 though?
No, I don't.
Drinks lighter.
I don't think it drink at 109.
Yeah. Yep. No, I agree with that.
Very good on the nose. I can smell like the caramel in it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think it drinks. I mean, I know that I think this is a weeded version of the Green River. So it drinks like in comparison to other weeded bourbons. It's definitely got a little more spicy notes than I would get typically on a weeded for me personally. But it does pair well with my cigar because my cigar definitely doesn't get drowned out by the flavor of the whiskey. I'll tell you that much. But that's definitely one of my favorites. I do like the Green Rivers. So, hey, cheers, gentlemen, to the first pour, and cheers to you and to all the gentlemen tomorrow who are going to get drafted. So
absolutely.
Tonight, know that if we talk about you, if we say something you don't like about it, just know we're doing it out of respect. And know all and damn well that I couldn't do what you do. So by all means, I'm just giving you my honest take, but take it with a grain of salt because what the hell do I know? I am just a YouTube scout. So, and what I mean by YouTube scout, I look up videos of players, I watch them. I am a nerd in that sense. I just don't know how to get hold of tape. But when I do, just know I may have my other spinoff podcast where I start talking about draft prospects coming up for the next 2027 draft. So leave that as you may. But, gentlemen, thank you for coming. I know we're about to talk about the draft. I'm about to nerd out a little bit. I appreciate you coming on this journey with me as a draft nerd. And I just felt like, hey, the people need to hear it from us. Let them know how we feel. Maybe we have some different take, because I promise you the media is probably telling you a lie. That's right. So media a lot, and I'm just kidding. We're not going to go there. But yes, these guys, they hear it, they whisper it to us, but it doesn't always come to fruition because it is lion season in the NFL.
Yeah.
We are the poorhouse media.
Yeah, we're the poorhouse media, where we go for the truth, not the lies.
We watched a lot of tape.
Yeah, that's right. No
We
smoke.
definitely have a good eye for talent.
Yes.
We just give our honest opinion.
Yes,
No
absolutely.
shade, no disrespect.
Well, gentlemen,
I was just gonna say what's crazy, right? I know we was talking about Mendoza going first.
let's jump in.
Now, I'm looking at the second pick, and I just don't know if that's what the Jets need, bro. As far as
Well, they definitely
they missing at so many positions.
but they need a splash player. They need to knock it out the park with their pick. They gotta have somebody that's gonna bring the excitement.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, Gino run the quarterback next year.
Who?
Who did Gino go back to the Jets?
Gino is back with the
Yeah,
Jets, so they don't have a quarterback.
Well,
Well,
Hey, that could be a switcheroo.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think-
quarterback.
well,
I don't
let's.
think that's a good.
So we're on Mendoza, right? Because I mean, let's start there. Let's knock that out. Let's just say, hey, we all believe Mendoza's the number one pick. Is that what you guys
I
have?
absolutely believe that.
Yes, I think those will definitely. They've already established that.
Yeah.
Trust me. So
And
he's already-
Vegas, don't put your money on it unless you got a lot of it. But I mean, hey, you could make some money because I think it's like minus 200,000 or something like that. Crazy. And maybe it's minus 20,000.
he's already-
But either way, you ain't making any money if you put in Fernando Mendoza. But I think we all agree that, and I think everybody, including the Raiders, it's going to be Fernando Mendoza, who is actually, let me give a credit to Fernando Mendoza. I feel like a lot of teams or a lot of player or people are just saying, like, this guy's not, he's just kind of like the default quarterback. But Mendoza played his ass off. I mean, we saw I mean, kudos to him. I definitely think he's deserving.
He definitely showed toughness. He continued to fight. I mean, he won some hell of a game, and it was all on him. Like he made the runs when they needed.
Yeah, and who would you guys say previous drafts, maybe a quarterback that's in the NFL now that maybe reminds you a little bit of Mendoza?
That's in there now.
Or I can give you one, and you guys tell me if you agree.
I want to say. Wait, I'm thinking. I want to say
The Patriots.
You think Drake May?
I think Mendoza got his own style, bro. I mean, I don't see nobody that he really mimics.
I got one guy in mind, but Jared Goff.
Go.
I was about
He
to say,
kind of reminds me of Goff. I think he's a little bit of an athlete than Jared Goff,
Okay.
but I think Goff is very much a timing quarterback. Give him good protection.
What about your man from Jacksonville?
The Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I think Trevor Lawrence was a better athlete than
Mendoza.
I
Yeah.
was thinking Stafford too in his young days.
Stafford.
Now, yeah, but Stafford is,
Yeah.
he's a timing quarterback.
Yeah.
You disrupt his timing, you can really get the.
Yeah, you can mess with him. I think Stafford had a little better arm for me. I mean, maybe Mendoza will turn out to have a better arm. He kind of just reminds me of that West Coast, just, 10, 15 yards, dump offs. But he is a sneaky athlete.
Yeah, get out
He
the
can
pocket,
run.
you know.
He can run. He can run. So I actually think he's a little better than Jared Goff as a prospect, as a quarterback today.
Right.
But, could potentially be better than a Jared Goff. Mendoza's out. We all agree. Vegas agrees. Every mock drafter in the world agrees. But the NFL draft begins at pick 2, gentlemen. Like you said,
I just don't
they
think
need a change in play. Who's that change in player? James, go ahead first. Who's that game changer? Who's that guy that they're going to select?
I mean, I picked your man from the Jets. I mean, not from the Jets, but I picked David Bailey.
David Bailey. Okay.
But
A lot of smoke about that right now.
because of course they got the second round pick, I get it. But now when I'm thinking about it, it's like I don't know if he's gonna be. Not saying he won't go and be a hell of a player,
Mhm.
but I'm saying if you're trying to put a roster together to win, they terrible on the offensive side of the ball, and I think they might need to put some focus on getting. Hell, you need a quarterback for one,
Mhm.
and you need some receivers. I mean, it's just a lot they
a
need.
couple receivers, but they
Yeah. I mean, they got my man.
I just think they need offense more than they need defense. Because to be honest, they defense didn't. Not saying that they was great, but when you look at them on paper, they was decent. Like they was stacked, and they should have
But
been.
then they got worse. But then they traded everybody. Yeah,
that made them good.
And that defense really took a step back. I felt like.
I don't know. I just think they need more help on the offensive side of the ball.
Averill Reese.
Yeah,
but
Arbel Reese.
Looking at they could jump in and make the splash play and pick Sonny Styles.
Sonny Styles?
Yep. Because that type of pick and that player light it up in New York.
Yeah. I just worry that if you took a guy like Sonny Styles without a defense in front of him, like if they still had that defensive line, right. But I feel like the defensive line isn't good enough to cover up for a guy like, who doesn't have somebody in front of him. I don't know if Sonny Styles is that he's going to flourish and, when he's the guy,
They need a player that's going to bring some excitement to the city.
I mean, I think Arbel Reese in the defense.
See, that's why.
Now, Arbel Reese, do you have him as an edge rusher or do you have him as a linebacker? Edge?
Edge.
You see him as an edge too, James?
Yeah, I got him as an edge.
Okay. I think he could be a good edge, but I think at worst he could be a great linebacker still.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think he can. Either way, he can play both positions.
I mean,
no matter where you put him, he can do both.
You can definitely have him on the edge and still cover the wide, the running backs out the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you watch, it's kind of a projection for Arbel Reese the edge because he didn't really do it in college. Not say he never did it, but right. He didn't do it often. He was often a spy. He played kind of a rover position, right. Kind of put him where you needed him. He didn't really do a lot of edge rushing, but athletically speaking, he kind of compares to a Micah Parsons. But you're projecting that he, like they did with Micah Parsons in a way, you're projecting him to take that step, learn to become a pass rusher, and something Micah had to do, and something obviously did it well. And now he's probably the second best pass rusher in the NFL.
Jets do. They better make this the right pick because this is going.
Wow, one person ain't gonna change the Jets organization.
No, right? No, he's not. But it's gonna be the same. When I get a number 2 pick, they picking you to make a change.
Absolutely.
Yep,
absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we got how many picks the Jets got in?
They got 2. We got 2 this year in the first round.
They got 2 in the top 16.
Yep.
So I know it ain't gonna happen in my draft though. Jeremiah Love going to them for
16.
Oh, you think Jeremiah Love's going to take a fall?
I had Caleb Loudmoo. He an offensive tackle.
Okay,
that's who I think Arizona's going to take.
Yeah, I got Omar Cooper. I got them getting their wide receiver, Omar Cooper Jr. The 16th pick out of Indiana.
I got him going to
Tampa 15. Okay, well I won't give it away too much of the draft. We're going to go. It's in the 15. Third pick. Who do you guys got coming up on the third pick for you guys? Arizona possibly could be our first trade. So do we say Arizona is going to stick and pick? So that's our final?
I think they'll stick. They have to build. They got some position.
Yeah, I think the Jets going to stick.
I think the Jets will stick. I don't think the Jets – I think at the end of the day, the Jets and maybe Arizona won't believe they're going to get the value because everybody's going to try and offer them less for the positions.
Jets, you got to take – best player on the board. You got to. You start over. You got to.
It's kind of the same way with Arizona because Arizona really is just not. Obviously the new coach and everything like that. Right. So it's gonna be their first pick, and they gave up their quarterback. Moved on from.
My pick is the offensive tackle, Francis
Malagoa.
Yep. Miami. But in my mind, this could be where Jeremiah Love goes because Connor is coming off an injury in Arizona.
Okay.
I don't know what other running back they got. So that could be Jeremiah Love.
That is actually I've heard a lot of smoke about that, by the way. Jeremiah Love, that they're saying, hey, Jeremiah Love could be the pick at number 3 for them. But I got David Bailey going. Yep. From edge from Texas Tech. A little bit about David Bailey. Who do you got, James?
Good old Arbel
Reese. So you got the kind of flip-flop. I got Reese and Bailey. But Bailey, the only thing about reason I don't think Bailey goes to the Jets, even though there's a lot of smoke around Bailey going to the Jets, is David Bailey is a little bit more. He is probably the best pure pass rusher in the draft.
Yeah.
But his issue is, does he play the run so well? Not so much.
Just shit, but you can't even get a ran off when you're out there. because he in the backfield.
Oh no, absolutely, he's a disruptor. But I mean, that's why people draft him, and that's why I think Arizona ultimately decides to make him the pick, is because he is the disruptor.
Yeah.
But I could see Jeremiah Love being the sneaky pick.
Yeah.
I could see Jeremiah being a sneaky pick, and that could be something that could pop up.
They need some splash players too. They need somebody to make a difference.
You talking about the offensive side?
Yes, on offense. I'm talking about Arizona. Yeah, they got to get their offense together.
So it's going to be interesting because I think that's the one where somebody could end up trading up. That could be the Kansas City. Trade up could be there. I mean, you could see maybe the Cowboys come up there if the price is right. Maybe they say, hey, you know what? Let's make because like say for instance, Arvell Reese is there. They might say, hey, we want Arvell Reese. We feel like he's the difference maker on our defense.
I'll definitely take some defense for the Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely. And especially a guy like Arvell Reese, who's just an absolute monster. But then that leads us to the number 4 pick owned by the Tennessee Titans. Gentlemen, who do you have?
Got David Bailey.
Okay, so David Bailey coming off the board.
Yes, they got it. They're good on defense up front. I think he'll just make them that much better.
Yeah. I mean, you got Saleh there. So is Saleh going to look at him as his Bolt? His not his Bosa. I mean, I don't know if he's as good of a player as Bosa by any means, but I'm curious to see because that could be another place I could see Sonny Styles going. A guy like Fred Warner.
Yep.
James, who do you got
for 4?
For number 4 pick? Tennessee Titans.
No, I got Carnell Tate, the wide receiver from Ohio.
Carnell Tate. Okay. Bring in a weapon, help out.
Because think about last year, he was always crying about the team wasn't playing good and wasn't trying to win. So, I mean, I feel like if he got more weapons to throw the ball to, because that offense started clicking a little bit, and I feel like if he got another weapon to throw to, then I mean that might give them the edge they need to be better than what they've been, bro. Because they've been terrible for a while.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Well, I got a sneaky one here, and I think. Robert Saleh is going to take a page out of the 49ers book that he just came from the organization. I actually think they take Jeremiah Love, who I think is probably a top 2 or 3 talent in this draft. I'm sure it's not at a position of, how do you say it, that people draft high. I mean, they do, obviously, but Jeremiah Love reminds me a lot of my man from Detroit. Oh, my gosh. No, the running back, young running back. Oh, my God. Why am I going? Doing a blank here, folks.
Gibbs.
Yes, Jeremiah Love, Jahmyr Gibbs kind of remind me a lot of each other.
But you know what's crazy? I think I heard him say that he's staying on his game after Jahmyr.
Yeah. So I mean, and you can see that when you watch him on the film or watch him play, even if you watch on Saturdays, I felt like I was watching a player that was shifty, elusive. He was going to switch, directions on you real fast. But I feel like, when he came from, coming from the Niners, I think he looked and said, well, not only what defense made me successful, but what on the offense, and the fact that he looked at what Christian McCaffrey did for the offense, and he says, hey, how can I help my running back? Maybe we don't think a wide receiver is worth it here. Let's go running back and get the best running back, And the fall off after Jeremiah Love to the next running back is basically a cliff.
Yeah, but
it might go south.
The slot though.
I mean, he can catch. He can do. I mean, I'm saying he's pretty much.
So he's versatile. He's not a one-dimensional running back.
No, he's definitely versatile. He's not like a power runner by any means. I wouldn't say like, hey, this is my power runner. But he is good enough to run up the tackle. In fact, we'll bring up Dane Brugler, bring up the beast again, folks. If you are ready for the draft tomorrow, definitely make sure you get a subscription to The Athletic and look at the beast because he has a breakdown of him. He has a video breakdown of him.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll go ahead and tell you a little bit about, what Dane's takeaway for the player is. He's an explosive athlete, remarkable blend of balance and burst, both a runner and in the passing game. Again, he's one of the most talented, high upside NFL weapons. The one thing I would say on his weaknesses, kind of looks always for like the big runs, sometimes misses on the just small yards, get 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah. How many people don't be looking for that home run?
Yeah, bodies up defenders and pass protection, but doesn't really, not always the best at recognizing blitzes, which, blitz pickup can be a big thing at the NFL level, especially in today's NFL. But, I mean, overall, probably one of the most surefire picks, and that's why I feel like he doesn't deserve to go out of the top 5 because I feel like Jeremiah Love is going to be a great player.
So who you think should take him?
The Tennessee.
No, that's what he got him.
I'm saying you got him at so that's the 4th.
So that's my 4th pick. Yeah, Jeremiah Love to pair with the quarterback, and then gentlemen, we've got.
I should have switched. Man. I should have switched that.
Who you got, man? Who do you want to switch to, man?
I had Jeremiah Love at 5.
Jeremiah Love could be at 5.
But they don't need a running back.
I mean, the rumor is, let's talk about New York. The rumor says if Jeremiah Love gets there, that is one of the players that, because the Harbaugh really, really likes, could be a player.
Yeah, but what you going to do with Scatterboo?
I mean, you pair him up. I mean, you got kind of, what do they call it? Maybe the new Thunder and Lightning, you know? Yeah, maybe the new Thunder and Lightning, you know? Like Tiki Barber and, what was there? Was it Tiki Barber and what was the big dude? Brandon Jacobs. Yeah. Back when they had Thunder and Lightning.
I used to love Brandon Jacobs' game, bro.
Brandon Jacobs was a monster.
I'm talking about monster. He coming through there.
Oh yeah,
he coming through there.
He was a fridge, man.
I'm telling you.
Well, who you guys got picking at number 5 then?
I got Jeremiah Love.
Jeremiah Love. That's a good pick.
If they don't trade this number 5 pick to get more picks, I'm going with Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs. Okay.
At Ohio State.
Man, and this is the first time we're talking about Caleb Downs. And I'm just gonna say, I pray that as a Cowboys fan, they do not get Caleb Downs. But I do hear that Harbaugh loves him. But it's kind of interesting, right? So again, we talk about a draft where like players that are at positions, maybe the best players are at positions aren't usually positions that get drafted high. And Caleb Downs is probably one of those guys. But everybody looks at Caleb Downs and they say he's not like a top. He's not like a real he's not an athlete. He's just not going to wow you kind of athlete. And he doesn't have like crazy measurables.
I mean,
but he's consistent though.
He's consistent. And the number one thing you hear about him from everybody is he is smart. I'm going to do like I'm from Boston. Smart. He's wicked smart. He's from wicked smart. So no, he's super smart. Like the coaches loved him. Like they said, like during the interviews, they would talk about their defense, and he would basically tell them, "Oh, you run this kind of defense, and this is kind of what you do." And the story about Caleb Downs, if you don't know about Caleb Downs too, is he's also came from Alabama. He left after Saban. He could have gone to not just Ohio State. I think he was looking at Georgia as another school because he is a Georgia kid, I think. I believe he's from Georgia, but he ended up going to Ohio State with that defense. And, he was one of the best players, and he was the best player, even with Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles.
Yeah, that's why
consistently.
That's why I think with him going, John Harbaugh, he liked that safety in the back. He used to Ed Reed, who he had Hamilton.
Hamilton, yeah.
So he need that.
I feel like
all the show that the defense on the back end. So Downs could be.
I mean, he's one of the guys that I hope gets to Dallas at 12. But, the Giants are definitely one of those teams that I'm worried about that love him. It is reported that they do love him. I'm a little concerned. I mean, I don't know if he's like a true free safety, like drop back safety. He likes to play up towards the line, maybe cover the slot. So I'm curious to see how the NFL – because, I mean, you think about safeties who get drafted, right? Even Hamilton and some of those guys – they ended up going 15 and like 16. And, so interesting to see how the NFL is going to tell us about the safety position with a guy like Caleb Downs. I've got Francis Mauigoa, offensive tackle for Miami, probably going to play right tackle for them, but could slip into guard for now and be one of the best guards in the league. And then, when their current right tackle retires in a couple years, he's kind of older, they can slide him up back in and have their right tackle ready to go.
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit of a position flex. I did hear some rumblings about Francis Mauigoa because this is an offensive tackle out of Miami, Florida, that he might have a disc issue. Like could have like a disc issue that maybe has bothered him a little bit, but he hasn't. He may have to have a disc, his back worked on at some point. So now I'm a little nervous.
Ain't never good.
And I'm a little nervous now.
Listen, a bad issue, bro.
Yeah, especially in that position.
That's always. I mean, that's rough in any sport.
Oh yeah. Hopefully it's serious. Get where you need to be.
Absolutely. Well, let's talk about too before we get into the next 5, because I did want to kind of give not just our opinion, but the old Vegas odds. So let's give you Vegas's top 5. Fernando Mendoza, as we talked about, going number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2, Arvell Reese at -175.
Okay.
David Bailey. Now, this is all of as of yesterday. Now,
Right.
these odds may have changed, or may have changed by when you're watching this. David Bailey at number 3 plus 135. Jeremiah Love at number 4 minus 135. And actually at number 5 was the best odds was Sonny Styles, which is another one that we mentioned. You'd mentioned, so that's one that we had that would differentiate the most. 'Cause Sonny Styles makes it into the top 5 here, but Downs, it could be between Downs and Styles. I did hear rumblings that came out of New York today that they were saying we're not taking Styles at 5, like that ain't happening. But again, it's lion season, so
I told you that.
yeah. But gentlemen, we'll get into our next 5. But let's talk a little bit about our next poor gentleman. How about that Maker's Mark? We got a little battle finishing it off. We got Maker's Mark, 2 different blends. Let me look. As you can see, we are athletes. Here we are judging men who can probably do whichever one.
It was just a little bit farther away. We don't have no women.
So don't judge. Yeah. If you talk, we're not. We got.
We're about to get service here in a minute. Don't worry, we're gonna have service. We're gonna move on our chair.
I'm gonna give it a draft. I'm gonna give it a draft joke. We got a Ruben brain problem. We got a sub 31. We got short arms. Okay, look, they measured us at the combine. We didn't make the cut. All right, we got short dinosaurs. We're damn dinosaurs.
Young lady.
Short arms. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it is the Maker's Mark. It's the
which is this
it's a private selection.
Yeah, this is a special blend. This is either the Mystic Corn or
It's the Mystic Corn.
Yeah, the Mystic Corn. So
Pick 3.
yeah, and if you've never had one of these, it's got the different staves. These are stave projects that they did for different boards and counties and stuff like that. That you can kind of taste and kind of get a flavor for. Like this one is actually just it looks like just American pure staves. 5 of those. Then they've got the French.
They got him number 12.
Look, let's go to Jeremiah. Then we got the French Cuvée staves. We got one of those. We got 3 roasted French staves, and then a toasted French stave. So a lot of French notes, a lot of toasted notes.
Let's see what this is.
Yeah.
But it's one of my favorites. I mean, I like the Mystic Corn. It's one of my better because it's not overly French oaked, and a lot of Maker's Mark has a lot of French oak in it.
I'm smelling like it might have a little sweetness to it.
Okay. This is going to be our top 3, gentlemen. So we got to pick of the top 3. So Green River is like our quarterback. Everybody knows that's going to be a number 1 probably. But then we got 2 pass rushers, and it's just really going to depend on the flavor of which pass rusher we want to go 2 and 3.
Oh, you know what I was about to say? I said that drank a little higher than
the proof?
But it is high. It's 110.
Yeah, it's a little higher in the proof, so I think you're going to taste it.
It went down pretty smooth though.
Yeah.
It has a little burn.
You got a little heat on the back end.
Yeah, Maker's Mark, man. I mean,
it goes away real quick.
Oh yeah, it's
yeah, definitely really, really good stuff. Well, gentlemen, let's get into those next picks, and then we'll talk about our final bottle. But who do you guys have at another position? Now, this is the Cleveland Browns, right? So to caveat this, the Cleveland Browns are the number 1 team who have said, I mean, openly, like they're basically announcing it to their mothers, their brothers, their grandmothers, everybody.
that they're not doing what?
They want to trade out of that pick.
Yeah, that's what they say until they see the player they want.
But they won't do it for discount. So I think they're talking a lot through the media. So at the end of the day, do they stick and pick? Now, I know in our draft, none of us had them trading, I believe.
I think they stick.
Stick and pick. All right. Stick and pick.
It's tough, man. I think they might end up sticking and taking that number 6 pick, man. But
they're not gonna be able to pass up.
I feel like this is going to be the player. This could be another position right here with Cowboys could potentially do a mock or do a flip a pick with if they want to get up. Like say if like Caleb Downs gets past number 5 and they're like, hey, we want Caleb Downs and we don't think he's going to get past say like Washington. So do you pick in front of the Commanders? Well, one that I'll throw you one that a lot of people have talked about, and I don't know if it works straight up, but Cowboys trade 12 and 20 to move up to 6, and then they get back a second round pick from the Browns. So the Cowboys, instead of having 2 in the first, they would have a first and a second, and then the Browns would have their 3 picks, and they would be able to go back and get a better value potentially, and get and increase, take their second round pick and
I just think it all depends on who's on the board at the time.
So, well, let's talk about who you guys have.
I had
The Browns sticking and picking.
Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver out of USC.
Mekhi Lemon.
Yep, that's why.
Okay. Hey,
Because they need receivers.
well, tell me about Mekhi Lemon. I mean, why do you think Mekhi Lemon? Do you think he's your number 1 wide receiver?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he doesn't have killer speed, but
Mm-hmm.
he's great route running. Good
Yes.
hands.
Very good
He's
hands.
catching space.
Yes.
So I think that'll be a good pick.
Okay. I think after another thing about Mekhi Lemon, talking about Mekhi Lemon, is I think watching him at USC, his run after the catch.
Yes.
He's one of the best run after the catch wide receivers, and he won the best wide receiver. He won the award for the best wide receiver in college football, and I think people underrate him. He's a little different. I heard his interviews didn't not say they went bad, but maybe he is a little bit of he's a California kid. He's a kid, right? So I think there was a little bit of maybe not say he's a bad kid, but maybe people were just like, he's a little bit of a character. I don't know if it would say arrogance. I just think it's just he's just, I think he's a dog. I mean, be honest with you, I think he's a dog because I'm a USC Trojan, so I'm a little biased. So
he just ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah. He's just look. The coaches were trying to get under his skin. He was probably like, he's got that weird, they were giving him that, wow, look at that weird eyes, some crazy eyes. Okay, who you got, James?
I had Sonny Styles.
Sonny
Styles.
Styles. Okay.
I had that in one.
And the only reason I was looking at it like Sonny Styles, if you put that man on that defense with your man,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
they gonna have the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
Yep.
I truly believe that, and I know that they struggle winning games, but if they got the shutdown defense like that, they got both of them boys. Man, listen to me.
But that's why I said, to me, in this draft, even going through the first few picks, besides Mendoza, it's to me, it seems like it's whoever the team looking for, really, and who's left on the board.
Right. And
I think it's going to be some shakeups because
absolutely,
it's a lot of players with talent,
absolutely,
that you need, that you might, you might can't pass up.
Look, it's like ice cream, flavors of ice cream, right? Like a lot of different flavors of ice cream. Do you need chocolate? Do you need vanilla? As your coach, he prefers strawberry.
The biggest thing is which player is going to make your team better, go over get to the next level.
Yeah,
and I think that's what it's about.
I feel like they got some receivers in Cleveland. They ain't got the greatest, but they still got some decent receivers. You know what I mean? Once they can get that, because of course they're gonna have more picks throughout the draft. So if they still looking for some offensive players, and then they trying to pick up a few different pieces, and then you're gonna have trades and stuff in the offseason anyway. But if you can solidify this man and put him on your defense, you already know that your defense,
for sure,
it's already official because you got your man over there, and he coming out the back. He didn't get
Myles Garrett. Yep.
Myles Garrett, what, 22 sacks, 23 sacks? How many sacks?
He's the red beast. Oh yeah.
So if you got Sonny Styles on the other side, or even in the mix at all on that defense,
yeah, he gonna be a linebacker, yeah,
bro. Who they gonna let?
For sure.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They not letting nobody through there. So anybody that go to play them know for a fact that it's gonna be tough as hell for us to score.
Right.
Our quarterback, he gonna get ate up the whole game. So once Cleveland pick up a few more pieces offensively, they might be a problem, bro.
And so you got them Sonny Styles, right?
That's what I got.
Linebacker, Ohio State. So tell us a little bit about Sonny Styles, the player. Why you thought maybe Sonny Styles might be a good fit there?
Like Reg was saying earlier, he feel like he need guidance as far as being on the defensive side of the ball. He don't need to be the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if he go to Cleveland, he don't have to be number 1.
Right.
But he going to be able to play the hell out of his position because, man, he following behind. That's like, I already got Jordan on the team.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to put, I'm going to add Steph Curry to the team, Jordan. I'm going to add somebody who already good. I'm going to add them to that team. They only going to complement each other because, hell, both of them can tear you apart.
Oh no, absolutely. I mean, you put him with Carl Schlesinger, which is the best, one of the best young linebackers in the NFL. And if you paired him with Sonny Styles, I mean, that could be a hell of a pairing.
And you got your man coming through there.
Yeah, absolutely.
That they'll be a problem for sure.
Yeah, no, 100%. Well, I ended up with Carnell Tate as the pick there. I feel like that Cleveland, just what I'm hearing, I feel like Cleveland, Carnell Tate is possible. They want offensive. Well, now to be honest with you, it could have gone offensive tackle for me. I feel like there's a tackle out of Georgia called Monroe Freeland. There's a lot of smoke, maybe some fire with Monroe Freeland, but I don't know if hit talent wise. Offensive tackle is pretty thin in this draft here. So I feel like they want to go here, but I feel like if they went Monroe Freeland, it'd be a little early for that. But they don't know if he gets back to him. But so it could see him sticking and picking, go Monroe Freeland. I picked Carnell Tate because I feel like they need to get a young wide receiver. I think they know they need a wide receiver, especially if they're going to go with the quarterback of say Miles, with Sanders or any of the young quarterbacks. Right, but he needs somebody, Watson or whoever it is.
It's gonna be Deshaun Watson.
They're going to need a wide receiver.
I feel
That's it. It's too much money.
you done gave this man too much money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you seen how much Shador got, how much they talk about, how much they hate the man.
Yeah.
So you telling me I done gave this other quarterback all this money and he healthy? No, you gonna come out here and you gonna earn some of that money.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You gonna earn some of that money.
Do they try and trade and get something?
What they gonna get for him?
Yeah, you're right.
Who gonna pick up that contract and gonna bring that man to the organization?
The contract is about up. Yeah,
well, they've had to push money back because they have to move and kind of play with the salary cap. Okay. So he would be he's definitely gonna be a challenge to move. But they're
gonna accept that.
They definitely need to give whoever it is, whether that's him or one of those young quarterbacks, they got to give him a weapon, and that's why I went with Carnell Tate here. But gentlemen, who do you guys got next? The Washington Commanders.
Sonny Styles.
Okay. We agree. That's where I have Sonny Styles going.
I got your man, Francis
Maunoa.
Yeah,
that could be a good pick for them too, because Francis Maunoa, because they do need offensive line. They got to protect that young quarterback they got.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a decent offensive line, but I could see that definitely. But Sonny Styles, I got Sonny Styles going. I hear.
It's time to let go now.
Oh yeah, because he's a free agent. Yeah, Bobby Wagner. And Bobby is a free agent. Bobby will play one more season, maybe.
I might end up going back to Seattle.
I mean, I've heard rumblings of Dallas. I've heard rumblings of. I mean, of course, when you're in the draft, I mean, nobody's going to pay you until they find out they need you, right?
Draft Sonny Styles. Hey, they can bring him back to help out as a veteran.
Oh, absolutely.
It's time for him to go.
Hey, to be honest with you, I think really before the combine, most of the Sonny Styles top 10 pick wasn't being even talked about. Like Sonny Styles, like he wasn't really being said. It's like, hey, but then he came out and he had a hell of a combine.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then if you look at the tape, and it's good tape, right? But I still see you feel like a guy who is a safety converting to linebacker and still working on becoming a linebacker. Because he was a safety, and they basically moved him from safety to linebacker, and he's still learning it.
The right team setup.
Yeah, and somebody who could teach him how to play the position, good coach, a good maybe mentor like Bobby Wagner. Like you said, maybe he comes back and Bobby Wagner kind of helps him adjust to the position. I mean, talent-wise and physically, I mean, he's a monster. He's 6'4", 240. I mean, he's everything you want in a middle linebacker. And people could he be Fred Warner? I don't know if he has that.
If it's the smart. I don't know if the smarts is there, but I mean, I don't know. It could be.
I've heard he's smart. No, I've definitely heard he's smart, but I just don't know if the instincts are is honed in yet. So, and that might just come with kind of some years of practice and stuff like that. But I hear that Dan Quinn absolutely loves Sonny Styles. I mean, everybody has raved about him. I mean, again, he might not be there. He could be going to the Giants at number 5. I mean, so
I said the Jets could take him at number 2. But don't be surprised if the Jets take him.
See him as an athlete. I mean, could he predict? I mean, because he was, him and Reese played together. So I mean, they could be watching that tape. I mean, he has been taking some pass rush reps as well too in some of these camps and stuff that he's doing with some of these teams. So, well, gentlemen, then we've got those Saints. They come marching in.
I got them taking your man, Ruben Bain Jr.
Ruben Bain, okay.
That's who I got,
Ruben Bain. Yeah, tell me a little bit about Ruben Bain. What you guys hearing about Ruben Bain?
what I've seen and watched, he's just a dog, relentless.
Yeah.
Stamina for his size. Like I know his arms are short, stuff like that.
Yeah.
He has crazy stamina. He can carry his weight well.
I get that.
So-
We always had a conversation, because we done had this conversation multiple times about his arms being short. I get that, but that boy a monster, bro.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn how
He
short his arm
relentless.
is.
He relentless.
He's a monster. He'll tear your ass apart.
Right.
So, arm short or not, I don't give a damn about none of that. I would take him on my
I mean,
damn team.
I get it because sometimes with short arms, your release point, you can't push off as far. You get kind of caught up with the big guys with long arms. You can't really push off like we want
We can say that. We can say that all day. But how has that affected him at all?
Yeah, on the tape. At the tape. I mean, some teams are projecting him as a defensive tackle. I mean, some teams are thinking, hey, he's going to have to move into defensive tackle a little bit just because of the arm length issues potentially. So some don't even project him as a defensive end. I mean, at least that's some of the rumors out there. But I mean, yeah, I love it. I mean, the tape wise, I mean, you take them. I mean, but then they look at the historic and they say, well, no defensive end on sub 31-inch arms has played and done anything in the NFL. Maybe, I mean,
right. It's hard in the trenches with guys with short arms, like I said, because you can't get the separation.
Right, and it might matter more in the NFL.
So, yeah.
Right.
I still like.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh, I love Bane, man. I ended up going with Jordan Tyson. I felt like this is where Jordan Tyson ended up going. I feel like this would be a good offensive weapon with Jordan Tyson in that offense with, that quarterback, which they're, young quarterback that they're trying to give weapons to.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jordan Tyson was going to be one that I feel like it just feels like, oh my gosh, the coach over there. I'm going to have a.
You talking about the Saints?
Yes.
Over there now.
I know. Yeah, well, it's a coach from the coach with the Cowboys and the Eagles. Yeah, Kellen Moore. Yep. I'm having a bad name night. It's a bad night. The thing to do on draft night.
Good.
Yeah, but I feel like Jordan Tyson is kind of that Z receiver, that move receiver. Like you're going to move him into the slot. Yeah. He's going to do move around, kind of give your offensive advantage, put DBs in crazy positions and stuff like that. Yeah, Jordan Tyson going there, probably the most talented wide receiver. Let's have some injuries.
I'm just trying to look.
Your pick for Bane. Okay.
I was thinking just last season, man. I'm just trying to figure out what would be the most beneficial thing for the Saints, and I don't know. Was their defense a big issue last year, the way they couldn't stop, or was it more?
That they couldn't stop a lot of teams.
Well, they're getting old though. I mean, they've had a good defense, but they've lost. Starting to get guys are just getting old, and they've been playing back in New England for New York.
What's the defensive end that's old?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I mean, really up and down that whole defense, you just look and say, gosh, they got a lot of older players. I just don't know if there's anybody in this draft. I mean, the only other one maybe is do they take a Caleb Downs or somebody like that if they want to, just go pure position? But I feel like Jordan Tyson's going to.
There's so many rumors about trying to replace the running back because
Alvin Kamara.
He's been injured.
Yeah, I mean, if Jeremiah Love was to make there, I mean, I feel like that could be a team that could take Jeremiah Love if he gets there. I mean, I heard that Jeremiah Love, if he gets past, he could get drafted at 5, and he could go to the Commanders at 7.
Yeah.
2 teams, that I've heard, if he gets past, number 4 where I have him,
right.
He could potentially go there too.
I lied to you.
He could go to the Saints. Saints could be it too.
I lied to you. I was looking at the wrong one. I did take a receiver.
Well, no, we'll talk a little bit more about that. We're going because let's go to the next pick. Going to the pick number 9,
Kansas City Chiefs. I got Carnell Tate, receiver from Morehouse.
Yeah, get you a weapon.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? And we had talked about the pick earlier. I took Caleb Downs, brother safety.
Caleb Downs going there.
Because their damn defense is so suspect.
Yeah, I could absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I feel like they don't pick DBs really high a lot of times. They usually pick a lot of guys in the back end of first. Well, I know they are picking first, but second, third. They do a really good job about identifying and getting some DBs that really fit that system for Spagnuolo.
Yeah.
But I will say
I do like Carnell.
Yeah, Tate is a great pick there. I think that way. Yeah, I feel like he's not a true number 1. I don't think because at least in Ohio State he never was the guy. But he could be a good player. He does have that deep ball that he can catch. I think he's kind of one of those sideline deep ball that would be a different wide receiver that maybe they really don't have right now. But I got the I wish I had the we're like that, but I wish we had that because I'm making for my Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Because I feel like there's a lot of smoke, but I feel like the Cowboys really don't want to leave the first round. But I feel like this is an easy switch to flip. They're going to move up from 12 to 9.
Okay.
And the Kansas City Chiefs are going to come back and pick up the 12 and the 20th pick. And the Cowboys are going to move back to their back end of the first round at the 29th pick. And we're going to go and get Caleb Downs. The fall for Caleb Downs, we feel like, hey, New York's probably going to pick him up. And this is what I'm saying. I feel like they're going to feel like, hey, I love Caleb Downs. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I feel like with Christian Parker, I feel like with Christian Parker, he is going to be that slot.
So you were just being part of the Lions earlier when you were talking about how
I like Caleb. No. I said I hope as a Cowboys fan that the Giants don't get him. Because I don't want the Giants. I want Sonny Styles. Yeah, because I don't want to look. Because, I mean, in a world where that potentially they could get Caleb Downs and Sonny Styles, I mean, that's out there. I'm like, man, and I love both those guys. So to me, I'm like, Lord, I'd hate for that to happen. But I feel like the Cowboys are like, hey, we don't want to play Caleb Downs. We need him. Let's make a quick, flip around Kansas City. Makes sense for them. Let them kick back a little bit. They get to come up a little bit.
The safeties we got and our defense been struggling so bad.
Absolutely.
I'll take all the good defense.
You got to take what's crossing the board.
I'll take every one of them. Oh, God, this game got out of hand.
Yeah. Oh, this game's over pretty much.
They scored 3 points since halftime.
Yes. As you see, we're talking about our NBA brackets, which we'll talk a little bit at the end of the show, too. I'll tell you about the NBA brackets and what we're doing. So,
3 points.
Since halftime. Are they still in the locker room?
You scored 27. I scored 3.
They in the locker room, James. They never came out of the locker room. They never came out of the locker room, James. We got the number 10 pick. We're going into the New York Giants' second pick. Who do you guys have?
The pick that I have because I love this guy. Wanted to be a 49. The Giants taking Kenyon Sadiq, tight end. Oregon. That boy is the Vernon Davis 2.0. But
I got
the Giants taking him. So
okay, so Kenyon Sadiq going to the Giants. James, who do you have?
Mansour Delane.
I also have Mansour Delane going to the Giants to help in that corner.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit before we jump into Mansour Delane. Kenyon Sadiq, because Kenyon Sadiq was possibly going to be a pick that I thought about having them pick the Kansas City Chiefs, possibly picking up at 9 if they stayed, with Travis Kelce getting a little older and stuff like that. But say now he gets to the New York Giants. Tell us a little bit about Kenyon Sadiq. What do you love about Kenyon Sadiq?
His speed. I mean, he's like a wide receiver, running back, tight end. Like his body frame, he can catch anything. He's tough, run after the catch. He can also run routes. He blocks. So, I mean, that's everything the 49ers love.
Absolutely.
That's why I wanted him. But
let me give you a Dane's takeaway, too. Sadiq has a mismatch creating potential in the NFL.
I'm telling you.
Because of his ability to go out quick, tough defenders, pass catcher, blocker. He can do it all. He projects as a versatile Vernon Davis-like weapon. So, Niners, you're talking about a little Vernon Davis-like weapon, and his best football is likely ahead of him. When you watch him in Oregon too, he didn't always do a lot because Oregon didn't always kind of use him to his full potential. I feel like in Oregon, so good. I like it. Hey, I'll take a tight end. Because we got the guy to match up with him now, Caleb Downs. But let's talk about Mansour Delane, who James and I have coming in. Next pick for Mansour Delane.
He's good.
Yeah. James, what do you think about Mansour Delane?
His man-to-man, one-on-one coverage.
Mansour Delane's his coverage?
He stick to you like glue, bro.
Okay.
When I say he on you, you're not going to get no easy catches with him out there.
Yep.
You can hang it up.
Yep.
Because when I say this man is on top of the routes,
100%.
You're gonna have to be a hell of a receiver.
Yeah,
Unless
get
you
some
know,
separation.
unless you know for cornerbacks.
absolutely. And he squeezes it. Like when you look at him, he's not really like your ideal like body type for what you would consider. Because like here, let me give you his measurables.
187, 190.
Yeah, 5'11", not even 6. Well, like barely 5'11", 3 1/4, so almost 6 foot. 52.
Yeah.
And he's only got 9-inch hams, but his arm length is about 30 inches, little less than 31, which you like a little bit. Usually longer arms on DBs.
Yeah, it's hard to find a DB. Not hard, but it's common to see DBs at 5'11", 5'10" that play well. Like you got a freak of nature when you got them at 6'3" or above.
Yeah, but most corners you always see them they under 6 foot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but they've got the longer arms, which I think is the biggest knock on him is that his arms are kind of shorter for a DB. Right. So a lot of those shorter guys have longer arms. But just like you said, when you watch him, he's always squeezing that catch point. He's kind of like tight windows. He's not going to let you get a good easy catch.
Hell of a receiver, tight end, whatever it might be, to be able to create separation to get away from.
Yeah.
So somebody like that, hell, he gonna be a quarterback's nightmare. Yeah, because he always in the passing line, right? So he gonna get some picks.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He didn't get a ton of like picks in college.
No, he didn't.
He wasn't like a ball hawk, but he definitely
he's gonna be in the passing line.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna be in the passing lanes for sure. And I think he's gonna be. Look, he was. If the Cowboys stick and pick, I think he's a good chance that he actually makes it to Dallas.
I'll take it.
I would love it. I mean, he'd be the guy that I'm okay if we stick and pick and Mansour Delaney's there and we take him. Would love to see him in Dallas.
Yeah. Put both of them boys on our defense. Yeah, because our defense has been terrible the past few years.
Absolutely, no, 100%.
So if we can get some good safeties and good corners, come on, bro. I'll take it all day.
100%. Well, let's give a little bit about them Vegas odds and what does Vegas? Do they agree with us? Do they think we're fools? Probably think we're fools. Number 6, Vegas has Carnell Tate as the favorite currently to
number
go
6.
At number 6. And then number 7 actually is a tie actually for Carnell Tate if he doesn't go there. So they have Carnell Tate possibly at number 6 or 7 in Vegas. Okay. So they're kind of hedging their bets. It sounds like they think that the wide receiver could go back to back there. But the other one I did see, and this isn't a Vegas, I think it's like number 2 or it's like a little bit behind it, is Sonny Styles is one of the favorite top 2 or 3 to Washington. So if Carnell Tate, it would be Sonny Styles would be the favorite there potentially. And then you got number 8, actually Saints, which would be Jordan Tyson. It looks like they've got so they agree with me, Jordan Tyson. Okay, Ruben Bain.
I got him at 8.
Bain going at 8 though. So Ruben Bain going number 9.
So they got him going to Kansas City.
Which I've heard that. Actually, I've heard a lot of that. They that's a good fit for him because Andy Reid doesn't really care about measurables necessarily. So he could be a team that could.
Either way, Kansas City, we know they need defense.
Yeah, and then number 10, Caleb Downs, safety going from Ohio State, going to the Giants. So,
I'm at number 5.
They got him down to number 10. Again, it's that safety, man. Like the fact that, a lot of people think of a safety and they don't think he'll
That's why I was saying I think the Giants might move that number 5 pick to get more picks.
Potentially.
That would be a possibility.
I mean, the rumblings are that they don't want to move out of 5, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they move out of 10.
Yeah, either one, yeah.
Say if Cowboys do jump up and grab Caleb Downs, and then they're sitting there going like, well, guys, let's jump out. But I have heard, this is what I've heard about the Giants having the top, that they don't want 2 defensive players, that they want to go offensive player and defensive player.
Yeah. So
they could go wide receiver because I heard that they do love Jordan Tyson. So, I mean, if they like Jordan Tyson and he's there.
That's why I had Kenyon Sadiq.
Yeah, Kenyon Sadiq. Absolutely. I mean, yeah, absolutely. And, well, who do you guys have going into the next? Ruben? Well, I've got number 11. I'm just going to go ahead and put it out there. Miami. I got Ruben Bain. The fall has stopped on Ruben Bain for me. I feel like Miami get picking Ruben Bain.
I got Mansour Delaney.
Good, but good. That could be a good pickup for them too. Yeah, absolutely.
Jermod McCoy, cornerback.
Jermod McCoy. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you laughing, man.
So you got Mansour Delaney. I've got Ruben Bain. You got Mansour Delaney. I will say the only thing
got Jermod
McCoy. Sorry, Jermod McCoy. Yeah. The only thing I have here, the issue, and I guess we'll find out, is that is going to be one of the biggest mysteries of the draft. Is will Jermod McCoy fall? Because when you look at Jermod McCoy, he played in 2024 and then he didn't play in 2025, so he has no tape of this past season because he didn't play. And the rumor was that said if they were going to go somewhere in the playoffs or maybe make the playoffs, that he would come back and play. But because Tennessee didn't end up going anywhere, Jermod McCoy didn't end up coming back. Rumblings out there are that Jermod McCoy may need another knee surgery. So what teams are going to be comfortable with the ACL tear? And I'm not saying, but Jermod McCoy, but I think there's teams that are going to be comfortable with him and teams that will not be comfortable with him. And if we get through our top 15 and one of us hasn't picked them, that'll be one of the ones we maybe talk about if somebody hadn't picked him on that yet. So James got him going off the board to Miami. At number 12, Dallas Cowboys for you guys, Kansas City for me. Who do you guys have Dallas taking?
That's what I'm mistaken. I have Jermod McCoy.
I made a mistake on that on the 12.
I just think I think he'll fit. I think he'll fit well with you.
Well, I will tell you this, Jermod McCoy, for talent wise, but I will tell you this, from on good sources, I have heard the Dallas Cowboys are absolutely out on Jermod McCoy at 12.
Oh, because of the knee.
Because of the knees. Because they have said they're not looking for redshirt freshmen. They don't need guys that can't come in and play.
No, they need a difference maker immediately.
They need a guy that can play now. And Jermod, because you already took a DB last year in Arvell Reese. Not Arvell Reese. Oh my gosh, I said Arvell Reese. Now it's going to confuse me. We took a DB in the 3rd round last year. A hell of a talent out of Eastern Carolina, but he probably came back a little too soon. What's that?
Man switched up to a running back in 3rd place.
Cool.
Yeah, but we are hearing a lot of smoke about Jeremiah Love. Arizona. Yeah. Arizona has said that, they might go, and of course you see Sonny Styles might go into number 4. I feel like, again, we're getting a lot of smoke right now. So I don't know. Hey, the mocks, I feel like the mocks are usually worse at the end and not better. Because I feel like teams start putting crap out there that they want people to believe that they're going to take. But back about Jermod McCoy, I just feel like the Cowboys aren't going to take that risk at 12. I feel like maybe if he gets to 20, maybe they do. But I don't even know. I feel like he could be one of the guys that falls out and goes to the 2nd round. Kind of like Will Johnson did last year. Will Johnson, super talented, but he had knee problems. And people were like, he's the best cornerback. And he was great when he played, but then he got hurt again. So I feel like teams are really nervous about, DBs with knee problems. But we'll see. You might be right. A lot of people picked Jermod McCoy for the Cowboys. So
I took because
James, you can go ahead and switch it up, and James will switch it up when you do on your thing. Go ahead and just make a different pick for you. Pick one, man.
I don't know why I picked the receiver for the Cowboys.
So you got Mekhi Lemon.
I picked him number 12. I don't know why the hell I picked that.
Can I be honest with you? Now, Jordan Tyson, that is a guy that is rumored that a lot of the Cowboys, I'm starting to hear a little bit of smoke about Jordan Tyson to the Cowboys if he was there, and that they might go wide receiver or they might go offense is what they put in.
So let me ask you a question then. So did Pickens sign?
So that's the thing. Pickens still hasn't signed, right?
As far as what they're talking now, they're not really talking about.
Oh, yeah. In fact, today, before Bill Clinton came to the pre-draft press conference, Stephen Jones said, we are not going to engage in talks with George Pickens about an extended. We have come to the determination we're going to let him play on the tag this year.
So
there's no need to talk about that right now until you see the stuff.
To be honest with you, after we talked, man, I felt like maybe I made a bad pick at 12 as far as a receiver, but the only reason my mind state when I picked the receiver was I don't know if Pick gonna end up staying. And the only reason I feel like that is
he has to stay this year.
Well, right. Unless he decides
to just roll out or something.
Do a Le'Veon Bell situation, which would be stupid because why lose all that money?
That was my only reason for it. Was thinking that if he don't stay, because I know he want to be a number 1, bro, and he feel as if he's worth more money than the franchise tag. The franchise is under $30 million.
Yeah, $28 million. He's making $28 million.
He feels as if he can be a number 1 getting the same paycheck that CD getting paid because he put numbers up.
But that's why they're going to let him pull out this year to see.
Right. Show me.
Yeah.
Man, why not do it again next year? Hold him to a franchise tag because say if it's 35 now, it's guaranteed and they're paying him all in 1 year. But that you think about next year, if they were to franchise him, it's like $34 million.
Right.
Yeah.
So either way, like on a per annual basis,
It'll keep going up, but
Well, they can only do it twice, but
he feels as if he is a number one. And I George pick. I think Pick's a number one.
yeah. But here's the thing: you can be. I'm a number one based on my play, but do I have the leader mentality? Am I late to meetings? Am I going to step up and do the other things? It's not just about your play on the field. And I mean, we can all say like, hey, you can be the greatest receiver on the field, but but in the locker room, if you're not, I'm not saying he's a bad teammate, but if you're not a good leader, if you're not leading by a standard of saying, hey, I'm going to be on meetings on time, I'm always going to show up and play hard, even when it's not coming my
He
way.
had one hiccup this year that I saw, and that was
In
whenever
Vegas?
he just gave up on the play, and everybody talked about it like it was the worst thing ever. I get that, right?
But he had the Vegas thing where him and CeeDee Lamb, actually, he made CeeDee Lamb. They were late,
Yeah.
and they had to miss like
on
a series.
on the field as far as his play though. I understand they made him sit out because they was late getting back from curfew or whatnot. But I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about him on the field, and he had one bad play that everybody and made it seem like, oh my God, he did this because he gave up on a play because he felt like the ball wasn't coming to him.
Right.
So, but all I'm saying is that, do you think another team outside of the Cowboys, if he went there, is he not gonna get a number one paycheck?
Well, I mean, if somebody's going to take him, they're going to have to give him a number one paycheck. But the question is okay, he could potentially go out and get traded to another team.
Yeah.
Where's all these teams knocking down the door?
I mean,
They're not doing it because they're not going to give up 2 first rounds, which I don't even know that the Cowboys would say, give us 2 first rounds. They might just say, give me a first round and you can have them and sign them to the big 40 million or 35 million or whatever, number one, but nobody's doing it.
I get it. Like I said, I feel as if that was the reason. I was just explaining the reasoning behind my pick.
Yeah.
As far as taking a receiver, because I don't know if that's where he want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that ain't where he want to be, of course.
I think he wants to play I think he likes Dallas.
He's got to get the.
They just got to get the ball.
Right.
I just think they are making a point and they're saying, hey, look, go out and get him. If you want to get traded, go out and get you a trade. Now, I did hear rumblings. Now, when I say rumblings, I mean on the very lowest level.
So that ain't no.
Man, I don't even know if I trust the source.
Right.
But there was a rumbling that maybe Baltimore would be interested in him. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he'd go to Baltimore, but Baltimore does need receiver help.
But your man is out of there at Baltimore. He not coming back.
Isaiah likely got traded, so
I'm talking about the other receiver, the one that had the issue. I'm thinking.
Well, no, they got Zay Flowers. Well, Zay Flowers he's been good. He's been
there.
Yeah, he's been playing decent, but he's not a number one. I don't feel like.
No, but he a hell of a receiver, but he not.
Yeah. I've got because obviously we'll see because I think that's the end of the day. We'll see how the Pickens thing plays out. I mean, there could be some veterans going on the move here during the draft too. So maybe we're all going to be crying about, well, there goes my mock draft. But I've got the Chiefs at that position now since they traded back, going offensive line, Spencer Fano from offensive tackle from Utah. Because I feel like the Chiefs, that's a sneaky need for them. I feel like, they got an okay offensive line, but I feel like they're starting to see some cracks. And I think that, you're going to see, offensive line head coach like Andy Reid is going to say, like, hey, I need to get a guy that I believe I can help me continue to keep Patrick Mahomes, in good shape. So I feel like that might be a sneaky need. Maybe even if they stick and pick, maybe even at 9, they could go offensive line. But then let's go into those LA Rams.
I got Akeem Messidor from Miami.
Akeem Messidor from Miami.
Yep.
Oh, that's okay. So he's 100. I think he's the same age as me.
To the phone.
Yeah. Who you got, James?
Okay.
Because
help protect.
I don't know if they truly need defensive players like that because their defense is pretty solid. I get that you're
not secondary. I will say they're secondary. They paid a lot of money, so I don't think they're going to go cornerback.
So that's why I went for LA.
I feel like I went offense for them too, but I gave them Mekhi Lemon, wide receiver USC, because I feel like they have to get a wide receiver right now with all the issues they got going on. because they got the legal trouble with my guy.
Oh yeah.
Nakua.
He went
He's
into a rehab.
Devontae Adams is 34. He's old. So I feel like they want a wide receiver here.
So who you say you picked?
I got Mekhi Lemon.
Okay. Out of USC.
Yeah, the USC Trojans, my Trojan wide receiver, staying in LA. But they're another team. I heard rumblings they could be a trade up potential to go up and get a guy. Maybe even a pass rusher or something like that. But I feel like they're going to be looking to move up if they are, maybe to get the wide receiver that they covet. Maybe a Jordan Tyson or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe because excuse my French, but the LA Rams are always like, hey, fuck them picks. So
Yeah.
hell, they might trade. Hell, they might trade for a veteran.
Yeah.
Maybe they might trade for. Maybe they'll trade for Jordan Pickens.
To be honest, bro, LA been having some good seasons. They haven't been able to get over the
Man, they really
they've been having some good seasons.
Like secondary this year and that front, they've already got a decent front. I feel like that defense is going to be good. That's why I feel like they're going to fill their position as offensive line, or excuse me, offensive
I
receiver.
don't think they far away at all with what they have already. Is what I'm saying.
Man, if you give them a dog at wide receiver,
Yeah.
come on, that'd be a problem. Well, then we got number 14, the Baltimore Ravens.
I can't even pronounce his name. Ola.
Oh yeah, the it's Olavega Lawan. He's a offensive guard. Penn State. Monster, man. Dude, just an absolute dog.
Yeah. I took a receiver, man. I took Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson. Okay. That's a good pick.
For the Ravens.
Okay. We talked a little bit about him too. Kenyon Sadiq. I got tight end. Yeah. Isaiah Likely. They got Isaiah Likely gone now. And I feel like you look at, because Isaiah Likely now I think he's in New York. I believe he went to the New York Giants. So I got Isaiah Likely going. Since he's gone, they pick up Kenyon Sadiq. He just falls to him. Probably one of the best tight ends in the draft. And I feel like he can come in and be the future for them at the position and might play really well, with a quarterback that does love throwing to the tight end and an offense that typically does too. Now, we'll see how that offense turns out this year.
Right.
Because we're going to see some changes and stuff in that. But I got Kenyon Sadiq. But let's talk about, because, it's the first time we talked about, and I love to give the big boys some love, Olavega Lawan from Penn State. Tell me a little bit about him, Reggie.
Penn State, they breed dogs on the line. So you're gonna get that dog. The effort is there. Now I don't know if he's gonna stay in his true position. I don't know if they'll switch, move him around, see where he best fit. But at the Ravens, because Lamar Jackson, despite what people think, he needs some help on the offensive line too.
Yeah.
So, because a lot of times he'll around scrambling, running for his life because he can't get the.
Yeah, man, that's why I picked offense for them for some reason. I picked up the receiver.
I think he and
whether he's going to be right, left.
Yeah. No, I think now he was he was a junior, but he like a fourth year junior, so he's played for a little bit. But give you a little bit. Dane Brugler's takeaway. Ione is a thick, sturdy blocker who consistently holds his ground in pass protection and covers up defenders in the run game. Built in the mold of Steve Avila, he projects as a long-term NFL starter at either guard spot, so he thinks he can play left or right. But I will say this about him, based on, he kind of reminds me a little bit about like Booker coming out last year, that power running game. And I think when you got a guy like Derrick Henry there in Baltimore, you definitely can see him maybe step in and really improve in that power running game that you got with Derrick Henry. I don't think he's not the best flexibility. Like he's not like an on the move. Like he's going to get out and,
not going to be able to do those
stretch runs. I mean, he might do it from his position, but he's not going to be like your guy you're going to like, run and then have as your lead blocker, and stuff like that. But he's definitely just got that nasty mentality and stuff like that. And you see plays like that he's just a really, really solid player. I love the pick. Reggie, I love your pick, man. I think that's a hell of a good pick.
No, but that was their downfall last year.
Yeah, that's what I think.
He was on the left side?
Yeah.
But he couldn't stop nobody.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needed help. That was their biggest downfall when they was trying to go somewhere last year.
Absolutely. Well, we're at the 15th pick, and then I might just talk about a little bit afterwards. We'll kind of just maybe talk about some guys that didn't get picked and stuff, or guys that we think will get picked later on. Maybe some picks for our teams that, or some of maybe our favorite players that will be picked. But let's go to number 15. We're going to stomp here with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
I got Omar Cooper Jr., wide receiver, Indiana.
Indiana. Okay, so picking wide receiver. Okay, after losing Mike Evans, going to your Niners. Okay. James, who you got number 15?
Monroe Freeland.
Okay, offensive tackle from Georgia. Okay. This is where actually I have the Penn State guard, Olavega Ione, going to them. I just feel like, they got to protect, Baker Mayfield. Baker was one of the more sacked quarterbacks in the NFL.
That's why I pick offensive tackle. I pick somebody else because he needs protection.
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. I mean,
even though he get out the pocket, he can, Baker gonna run around.
Yes.
He gonna run around, get out the pocket, but it ain't. It's a difference between getting out the pocket and running to make plays and getting out of the pocket because you're running for your life.
Yeah. And I mean, Monroe Freeland, the one thing about Monroe Freeland is I feel like he is one of the better offensive tackles.
Yeah.
But
what'd you have?
I went with the guard. Ione. Yeah, with the guy that Baltimore picked up on his draft. But I went with offensive guard. But offensive tackle, I mean, Monroe Freeland is one of those guys that, man, I could see him going at the back of the first round. I could see him going top 15. I mean, you hear rumblings that he's a top 15 player. He's a hell of a move. Like I said, movement skills. He's got probably the best movement skills in the offensive tackle. The power is something that he does struggle with a little bit. I did notice when he got on the outside, sometimes he would just kind of, you would just kind of look at him to kind of like destroy a dude. He didn't really like destroy a guy.
Yeah.
But he would definitely get in front and cut him off and stuff. So just super athletic. But, when you got a quarterback like, oh my gosh, Baker Mayfield, that you would just think, okay, that's a guy that maybe could get out and clear the way for Baker, and they got a good running game there too. So, I like that pick. I mean, Monroe Freeland definitely a good possibility. The only, Akeem Mesidor, another guy we didn't talk about, Reggie, because you had him picked.
I had him picked already.
Yeah, you had Mesidor going to. You had him going to Miami. Excuse me, LA. Yeah, and Akeem Mesidor, I know. Hell of a pass rusher. He's 25 years old. He's a little older. He was offensive, the other guy opposite of Ruben Bain.
Yeah. I have
Mesidor going.
It's later. I got him going to the Bills.
The Bills? Okay. Because I was going to say, I got him going to the Bears at 25.
Yeah, I got him at 26.
Yeah, I got that. So we're kind of right in that same range. And I think he is talent-wise.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see that's one of my wild card guys.
Yeah.
Because he's 25. Right, so he's already older, right. And if you get him for 5 years as a rookie,
for sure,
is he going to get to that? Is it a guy? A lot of teams don't like to get those guys because then, even if they're great for the 5 years, then you pay him. He's 30, 31. I mean, how much? And now you give him a big contract. Is he going to continue to be good at 30, 31, 32? And stuff like that. But I mean, pass rush wise, he can be a pass rusher.
Absolutely.
Probably better than if I'm not on par with a David Bailey even, Just the only difference for me is age, and I think Akeem Mesidor is actually more polished, but again, being a little older.
How many years was he had before? He been there
he'd been there forever. Well, because he'd been around. I mean, when he came to Miami, he was already kind of older. Stuff like that too. So I like Akeem Mesidor is like, man, I would love him, even for the Cowboys, if they stick and pick at 20, I wouldn't even mind seeing a guy like Akeem Mesidor just because I feel like he can give that pass rush and he's just a polished guy. And I think he's going to be a problem for whoever's got him. Well, let's just, let's talk about the next 5. Let's go ahead and give Vegas, we won't go to the 20 because we're not going to go all 32 on you folks. But we're going to give you what Vegas thinks because Vegas not only took up to the top 12 because they kind of, after 12, they stopped pretty much picking. So I'm going to give you basically what Vegas. So Vegas had Caleb Downs going at number 10, which I think we talked about, to the Giants. Spencer Fano going to the Miami Dolphins as their favorite. And then Mansour Delane going to the Cowboys as their favorite. Again, probably the number one pick that I've seen to the Cowboys, like mock to the Cowboys, would be Mansour Delane. I'd love to see him there. But let's talk a little bit about maybe just some players that we kind of like and maybe that we could talk about for our teams. Maybe we'll talk a little bit about the Panthers and maybe just some interesting picks that may happen afterwards.
I have Jordan Tyson.
Yeah, but so you got Jordan Tyson.
Jordan Tyson.
So wide receiver going to the Panthers, so they'd get their second wide receiver, so you're giving up on LeGarrette. What is that?
Yeah, LeGarrette Blount.
LeGarrette.
I mean,
No. The other wide receiver.
It's
He got the good. He gonna eat the good from it.
Yeah, it's about time for him to go.
Yeah. Maybe he's not. He's definitely not performed. Maybe like we thought.
For my Niners, I look at us probably getting Denzel Boston. Like I said,
Denzel Boston.
Yeah.
Okay, wide receiver.
Yeah.
Okay. James, you got some. There's
I had Cedric before I had edge rusher from Auburn.
Keldrick Fault.
Yeah,
Keldrick Fault, edge Auburn.
Yeah. For 20, I had Peter Woods, he a DT from Clemson for Cowboys.
For the Cowboys,
Yeah,
okay.
I got him for the Bears, and then I have you guys doing 20.
Yeah. Which Proctor's one of those guys that I think probably will end up going to a guard. He could play right tackle, but he played left tackle. He's like 360 pounds, but he's a monster. I mean, he's a big boy. I just don't know if he's going to end up playing more of a guard in my mind. I feel like he's going to play more of a guard in the long term. Because I have Dylan Thieneman going, a safety out of Oregon, going to the Panthers. Even though I did pick Jermod McCoy to go, which is the guy that I could see falling out of and I could see Thieneman going to the Vikings. I just feel like the Vikings have been one of those teams that have really could hone in on Dylan Thieneman because the Vikings could get him too. But they might go after a guy like Jermod McCoy, who talent-wise, maybe they can wait on Jermod McCoy since they have somebody
in at 17 for going to the Lions.
The Lions.
Yeah.
I got Steelers.
At 21. Okay. 21.
I
had
21, his name crazy. Lava Gate, whatever. I say
the Ione, the offensive guard. Yep.
Okay. I had him going 21 to Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then for y'all, Reg, I had for 27, I had Blake Miller. He offensive tackle.
Yeah, offensive tackle. I had him.
Yeah, I got Casey Concepcion going to Kansas City, which would have been the 20th pick for the Cowboys, but I feel like they come back to get their wide receiver after they pick up offensive line. And then I have
Concepcion for 25 going to the Bears.
Going to the Bears. Okay. And then I got Reg. I got for you guys. I got the Heinachor Mac Heinachor. I can't even pronounce it. It's like Heinachor. He's got a weird name to it. But offensive tackle, Arizona State. I feel like he's going to be a sneaky good pick. But then I got one that I think is going to sneak in for the Dallas Cowboys, and I think I'm going to be in love with the pick. Malachi Lawrence, edge at a UCF.
Yeah, I like that.
Malachi Lawrence. I feel like he's a defensive end that a lot of guys aren't talking about, but I feel like he's going to be a guy that's going to sneak into that first round pick.
It's crazy. I don't even know if I got Malachi Lawrence in the top. I ain't got him in the top 32, bro.
Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah, like Malachi Lawrence, but like at least on our end, like meaning like the NFL mock draft guys aren't picking him a lot of times. Now they are starting to pick him in the first round a little bit because I think they're hearing that. But I feel like Malachi Lawrence could be a hell of a pick. It's going to be interesting. Keldrick Faulk is going to be another one that could end up with the Cowboys if we stick and pick at 20. He could be a Cowboy pick, or could be see like a guy like Tennessee, the actual Tennessee cornerback who played this year, Colton Hood, who's likely going to be a first round pick as well. But I got Caden Proctor actually going to the Miami Dolphins.
Okay.
But I mean, it's going to be an interesting draft.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be a great draft. I mean, it's a lot of talent out there.
So much talent.
But I feel it's crazy what I was thinking when I'm looking at the top 32 picks, right? The only quarterback I seen was Mendoza.
Yeah.
And you telling me what, no other good
Well, they got Ty Simpson.
Ty Simpson.
I think Ty Simpson.
He's young.
We're talking about first round, top 32.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Really
Maybe like
really not.
You ain't seen nobody.
I mean, Ty Simpson could maybe a team falls in love. I mean, there was some smoke about Ty Simpson to the Rams at one point that the Rams really liked him and they thought maybe they'd pick him and possibly put him in the let him learn and then be like kind of their guy of the future. But the problem with Ty Simpson is a lot of people see the talent, but they don't see the actual experience because he was so up and down. But he was young. He only had this season. And that was it. you know, so he's kind of one of those guys that could sneak in there. I'm trying to think of another guy. I think another name that I think might sneak into the draft that people aren't talking about, maybe at the back of the first round, Trayton Stukes. He's a DB, plays like that cornerback safety role, hybrid role, very popular now. You know, kind of like in that mold of even Caleb Downs. So maybe somebody who doesn't get Caleb Downs, Trayton Stukes could be a pick that they could get in the back of the first round. So curious to see how that'll turn out. You know, there's just a lot because I mean, again, flavors of ice cream. You know,
Oh, of course.
you like vanilla, you like strawberry, you like, you know, I mean,
But you know, it's gonna all boil down to the owners and what they truly think they need to win.
yeah,
And here we could be completely off. They might feel like they need to go another direction to be successful.
absolutely, no, 100%. And I think we'll find out more about that, but definitely share with us, folks, because we appreciate you sticking through with us. Yes. Share your mock drafts. Share the link in. Again, we're going to put that link into.
What time does draft start tomorrow?
Draft starts at 8:30. Yeah, we use prime time, baby.
It starts probably broadcasting.
Yeah,
Like,
they'll be starting 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They'll be talking. Yeah, 8 o'clock. They're going to be starting the draft. So be ready to watch the draft. I'm going to be watching the draft. I know I'm going to be. We'd love to see. We're going to be comparing picks, making sure, seeing where who's getting that stick.
Okay, so out of us three, right? The picks that we made, are we doing the same thing we did last time? Whoever get the most right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, so top 10, we're gonna start with the top 10. If there's a tie, then we're gonna go to the next 5 picks, and then and the next 5 picks as we need to. But what we'll do is 1 point again for every pick that if you pick the position, so offensive tackle, if you pick that but maybe miss the player, you get 1 point. If you get the player and the position right, obviously you're gonna get 2 points. So by all means, who knows? We'll see how that plays out. But again, $20 for a stick. But then also don't forget NBA, right? There's still a little bit of time here. Let us know where you think the NBA's, use the NBA link that we have. Actually, you can go back and look at our NBA brackets as well to see. And if you compete with us and you beat our NBA brackets, I put mine in the comment section. Did you guys? Yeah. Load them up in the comment section. So on the last one, if you go back to the comments, just add that link into your bracket. I think mine's down below in the comments. But we want to see yours. We want to see your mock draft. See if you can compete with us. Compete with the experts.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. So. Well, hopefully you guys will be smoking a $20 stick. If not, I'll be smoking the $20 stick. I am.
I think I'm gonna be smoking it this time.
Oh,
let's go back. Well, who was smoking it last time?
it was James. It was James.
That was the last time.
Okay, yeah. We're living by the white Mondays coming to take over, man. Look, you got the first half. I'm going for the second half. But hey, no, seriously, continue the NBA playoffs. But then also, yes, be ready. Yes,
Listen, okay.
We want to hear from you.
Before we get up out of here,
Let's hear.
tonight was supposed to just be mock draft and all that. But listen to me. Tune into these NBA playoff games.
Definitely. That's what he said.
Because when I say they are absolutely official, it's only been a couple games. Like the game tonight, it ended up being a blowout.
Oh yeah,
right. I think
another blowout.
20 points.
It's going to be that way. But all in all, these playoff games, they been like it's been fun. So we're gonna see.
It's a shout out to King James, baby.
King James is definitely doing this thing.
Come on, man. What else can you ask for from that?
Oh, absolutely.
He's definitely doing good.
Yeah,
the series is not over.
It's not over. And this is my honest opinion, right? I love King James, and I want to see the Lakers win, but I feel like, okay, even if they get out of this series with the Rockets, how far are they going to be able to go with these young teams?
Oh, yeah.
Come on,
we just don't know.
So when they play OKC, if they win, get out of this series, they're going to play OKC. So that's going to be tough. Let us know on your bracket because we want to see what you think too. If you agree with us, if you disagree with us, by all means, put it in the bracket, share it with us. And
we
like
also,
and subscribe.
We didn't say which makers was the best.
Well, let's give our top 3 picks. So let's give our top 3 picks.
Makers that we're drinking is the best to me.
Number 1. So number 1 pick was this last maker. So we got. All right. So that's a Southern S'mores.
No. I lied.
It was the Mystic Corn.
The Mystic Corn.
Okay.
To me.
Okay.
to me.
So we just picking out of those
It's the top 3 picks. So you're doing it.
Yeah.
You win your number 1 pick.
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
I'm going Green River as number 1 for me.
I'm gonna go Green River number 1. I'm gonna go Southern S'mores number 2, and Mystic Corn number 3 for me.
I'm gonna go Green Corn, then a Southern S'mores.
Okay. Well, we did it, folks. Hey, well, you let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Go find these bottles. If you can't find those bottles, maybe we'll have you at the poorhouse. You can share it with us in person.
Come on down here, you a sip.
Come on, yeah, come on down and get you a sip.
Nothing wrong with sipping. We'll enjoy the company.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Ladies
Cheers.
and gents.
Thank you.
Yes. Love always.
Later.
Yos.